Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. And if you want to get your money worth, stay right here because you're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com.
What's it like working with Jerry Lawler?
It's like working with like a skeleton out of the closet, just slow. He's already dead. It doesn't matter. No, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. No, it's a good. That's where, I've said this before, is that what we have to, as workers in this business, we have to learn how to be comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. And one of them sometimes is what Lawler's taught me is I can make someone feel uncomfortable by not moving. Mm-hmm. I feel real comfortable by not moving. I'm not going to let people or, whatever the match before me or whatever dictate how fast I'm going to move in the ring. And I think King has given me what you don't see with many people today. I've got a calm about me that you just don't see. And where I got that from is from him. Honestly, I got my, a lot of the on-cuff interview stuff, the ability to do that. You got to realize in these interviews in the day, we had to do these things on the fly. And it's live TV. So, that's something he taught me how to do too, and he's one of the best at it. So I learned a lot from the guy. And that right there, that one thing in my repertoire means a lot to me, just to be able to make someone feel uncomfortable, or I can feel comfortable in an uncomfortable situation.
Mm-hmm. Jai is the last caller here.
Hi, Sid. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Jai?
I'm okay. I met you when I was like 12 at the Cape Cod Melody tent. I loved it. It was like one of my first memories of going to a live event.
Right.
So I just went to wrestling school in Atlanta, Georgia. They teach you how not to be stiff. I've heard rumors that you are stiff. Do you think it's good to be stiff or not?
Well, I think for me it's good to be stiff, but not for me to be stiffed. Get it? So when I work with you, I'll stiff you, but don't stiff me. No, that's something, guys, that I really learned from. Believe it or not, we talked about Bruiser Brody earlier. When I went to Japan, this is after his death. New Japan was, they brought me in 6 weeks early. Just showed me tapes and tapes of Bruiser Brody, and I've got some Bruiser Brody in my character. And it's that deal of I like to keep things, I like to keep, I like for it to look believable, and it is believable because I'm really touching people pretty good. And I don't mind to be touched good myself. I don't mind it. So some things, and that's something else we've learned from Lawler Dem is that you hit some, just it better be laid in and not than laid in at all. Mm-hmm. So no, I like it stiff. I like it tight. So that'd be the answer.
Still throws one of the best punches, Jerry Lawler.
Well, I think Jerry Lawler throws a good one. It's almost too damn good. He throws a good one. I
always like Funk's.
Funk throws a good one. Shawn Michaels throws a good one. Mm-hmm. He throws good punches with his feet too. They're good. They're not there. They don't kill you. So throw a boot like Shawn throws is a lot harder than throwing a hand. So I had to give him that.
Yeah. Jai, when he mentioned he was at wrestling school, he was I think he was trained by Big Cat. What's his name?
Mr. Hughes.
Yeah.
Hughes. Well, get your money back, okay? Because you're not going to make it if you learn from him. No, I'm just kidding. No, Mr. Hughes, he's a good guy. I'm sure you'll go far. No, I'm kidding. Shit, guys, that's why they call me Scalpel. I cut right through the bullshit. I'm sure that's going to be my new name from now on. No, it's just I had a friend of mine break in or just get out of wrestling school today a few months ago. He asked me the other night on the phone if he thinks he's ever going to make it. He's a good friend of mine. I said, no, he's not going to make it. The reason why it's not really him or anybody else today. It's just it's harder for, now saying that I don't know what the dude looks like, but Balls Mahoney could get a job. So anybody can make it in this business, and Balls Mahoney is a great example of that. But is it going to be a little harder for Balls Mahoney people to get jobs? Yeah, So and it's going to be hard for him, people built like myself to get jobs today. You're going to have to be special. It's just with it be limited places to work, real places that we know of. I do believe this. I believe there's a chance right now for some of these smaller territories to get going again to a point they could be somewhat respectable and not be called independents anymore. Will it happen? I doubt it. Is it possible? Yes.
What do you think they'd have to do? Do you think, not try to beat WWE, is just, try to be successful on their own?
I think what they'd have to do is take on some concepts. This is something I'll throw out there real quick. We talked about Dog the Bounty Hunter. Let's use UFC for an example. Let's use Anthony Bourdain, Andrew Zimmerman, all these reality shows that, if you look at what they do, they got a great following with showing more damn repeats of old shows than anybody they know. I think what you have to do is you have to learn how to put out a good product out there, but most inexpensive way of doing it, and that is showing good repeats. Or can you show, long repeats, 30-minute matches? No, that'd have to be something that means something. And for instance, what UFC does, like when they get ready for, they start educating you, they'll just start showing old matches of Chuck Liddell. And then before you know it, pretty soon you're going to see him in a pay-per-view. You'll have to show new stuff. So not saying that that's what wrestling have to go to. That's something Vince and them might have to think about later if the thing's getting worse. That instead of doing all these shows, taping all these shows at one night, killing all these crowds, show one and just, like, I'm just looking at the show here for Memphis SmackDown. It's on a paid programming channel here. So if you don't want a channel that bad, don't put so much time into it. I'm sure not all the stations are like that, but and if it's costing, if the business is bad as they're saying, and they're looking ways to cut back costs, you might look at one of your shows being like that, and then maybe the smaller territories will look at doing that too. How can you get, say, mainstream in a small area? Say like this. Let's just use Memphis. If they try to get Tennessee and Mississippi and say Kentucky going again or something like that, they'd have to think of doing something like that. That's what I think they'd have to do, something like that.
Yeah. Eric here in the chat room, he asked us a couple times, I believe. I want to know if you had any Iron Sheik stories.
Man, not that I do. I'll probably end up going to jail. I don't know if I will put myself out there.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's never been in jail if he acts like he does in real life.
Dude, the dude is crazy, man. Now, I'm telling you something. I've never had a better workout partner in my life. Man, the guy is a machine, or used to be. He's just a fucking machine. He is crazy, but I don't want to go into these old stories. I might start crying.
Well, we want to thank you for coming on tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Guy.
Anything you want to tell everybody out there?
Man, I like to tell everybody out, from years ago, people helping me, carry my gym bag into the gym for me when I was on a walker and crutches, and until today, people calling me, giving me, writing me letters, talking about how. I just want to thank all the people for my support up to this point. And I don't want to sound corny about that, but man, that's the one thing I look at and I really appreciate more at this point in my life and my whole time is just, people to call and worry and concerned about what I'm doing, and people send me all these good comments like, the people tonight. Guys, we look back, and I don't want to put myself over real quick, but most people tonight said, Sid, you're the greatest, you're the best. When you get that 99% of the time you hear from people, you did something good in this business. And I like to say thanks to all those people.